Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Foids and Chuds. It is I, Dan VR. Today, of course, we will be talking about free week and, in general, the kind of verse 3 sentiment. Was it worth it? Are we on track? How are things looking? First of all, right off the bat, people are going to ask, Dan VR, what do you think about free week? Do you think that free week was a success? And I do. I do think that free week was a success in the same way that a C- is technically a passing grade. The player count is up, right? A lot of people got to jump on the game and really, explore what Deepwoken is and have a lot of fun with it. They did a 50% sale, which is still ongoing. And as of right now, we got, I think, 12,000 players, which is far higher than anything that we had achieved prior to the free week event. So, for all intents and purposes, it worked. It got the game out in front of people. CCs are making videos more than they were in the past. People are talking about Deepwoken. There's a general air of excitement. In that way, it was a smash success. In the obvious ways, though, it did fall kind of short. One, there is no tutorial. There still is no tutorial. Archmage told me something like April 12th that all he had to do was program it and the map was done. It's May 16th and there is no tutorial. Don't know really what happened there. The advertising, they really didn't advertise at all outside of the Deepwoken Discord, which is like telling people who already play the game, hey, the game's going to be free. That doesn't really make any sense. There were the possibility of a Creekcraft moment. You know, Creek had said that he would jump on and play the game. Now, according to Agamatsu, Creek never said he was going to make a video or stream it. That was never explicitly promised. However, not that long ago, Creekcraft streamed himself playing JJS. Stands to reason if he'd play JJS, he would stream Deepwoken. Those communities aren't that far removed. Additionally, those two games don't really fit the audience of his, like, make a brain rot, blah, 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 blah. So, read between the lines, man. Creek was almost absolutely going to stream the game. However, when the update came out, the private server system broke because nothing on Deepwoken can be easy. And then the devs just never fixed it. For whatever reason, even though they said they were. I'll give them some leeway. Admittedly, the private server system only really affects 50 people out of the thousands that play. So sure. Like, if it was some 20k Andy, if it was me, like, I'm a 50,000 subscriber, like, ABA YouTuber, I'm like, hey, I heard the game is free. Can I have a private server? Like, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to make a video. Yeah, blow that guy off, right? That's a fucking chud. But an almost 17 million subscriber YouTuber, even if he didn't promise to make content, your number one priority should have been getting him on the game and making him fall in love with it. Because then it's almost guaranteed that he would make content. But the devs already know that. They just didn't act on it for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. The next big one I want to talk about, of course, the bugs. Good God, man. Deepwoken has been marred with bugs. Really, for the past year, it's almost Deepwoken is synonymous with buggy and broken. It's just never ending in that regard. They will drop an update that quote unquote fixes a bunch of bugs and fixes a bunch of problems, and then creates like 20 new ones. I don't really know, man. I don't really know what is going on behind the scenes. With all these bugs and all this lag because the optimization broke last update too, right? And I'm getting like 10 FPS in a gank. Hear me out. What if the developers sat down and for an update, they only did bug fixes and optimization, no new content, no reworks, they only rewrote the game from the bottom up like ABA did? Bro, perfect optimization, fix every bug, improve the systems to make sure there are no future bugs. That way, when the summer update in Layer 3 comes out, the game is ready for it. Dude, and they can call it Deep Healing. Kind of like Operation Healing from Rainbow Six. Oh, they already did that. And then halfway through decided to just make new content and new reworks. Like, goddamn, dude. What? Like, they're so out of touch. I'm still pissed off a little bit about it, and it's been months. The Cures and Champions cool. The crafting is cool. It's something to do. I'm glad it's in the game. Why did it come out during the fucking Deep Healing month? It's idiotic. Arcane Odyssey is better optimized than Deepwoken. ABA is better optimized than Deepwoken. All of these developers sat down and just purely rewrote the code from fucking sentence 1 to sentence 1,000. Why are the devs incapable of doing that on this game? A game that so desperately needs it. They got halfway through Deep Healing and they're like, fuck it. We're just gonna make new shit now. And it's like, I don't mean to be ungrateful, because Secures and Champion, that's cool. But realistically, that could have come out like right now. Not during Deep Healing. Not during the update dedicated to making the game not a steaming pile of shit. Because, surprise, it's still a steaming pile of shit. You need another Deep Healing update. Because the first one, you completely fumbled. You didn't do what you were supposed to. It's insane. And then, obviously, as the player, right? I like to put myself in the shoes of a normal player. Let's say the game is like fucking 10 ping. You can hardly play. You're not having a lot of fun. Oh, dev corner message. Maybe they're going to address it. No, they're talking about fucking random bullshit in like Noctigonus's OC that he made, which is like some sort of like centaur kind of beast. The head of an enforcer on the body of a skipper. Like, what are we doing, guys? You can't be that out of touch. Nobody cares. Please. Please, if you want to add new cool content to the game, it's awesome. I love you guys. You're creative geniuses by your own rights. But it doesn't matter if your game is such a mess I can't play the new shit you're adding. We gotta focus up and honest do another Deep Healing at this point. I don't know what else to say. That's really all that we can do. And then the Origins. We gotta work on the Origins. Flesh out Authority. It's pretty lackluster compared to Justicar. And then Justicar was its own buggy mess. And now that the Castaways are gone, it's like a billion times harder to prog Justicar. They framed Justicar as the anti-Voidwalker, like, Freshie Savior origin. I don't think it's that unreasonable to let Justicars hunt Voidwalkers as a means of progression. I don't think it's that ridiculous, right? Like, if you're a Voidwalker, you're a band of assassins. Naturally, and you see this when you spawn as a Voidwalker and you look at your factions tab, you're an enemy of everyone. It makes sense that the pseudo-law enforcement, or the pseudo, like, protectors of the land would be hunting the assassins. I don't think it's that far of a jump lore-wise, and even gameplay-wise, to just use the same teleport system from Voidwalker and let Justicars go and hunt them down. I don't think it's that ridiculous. Functionally, it's the same thing as a Castaway blowing a whistle when they get Voidwalked, and then you show up. Well, now, a Voidwalker goes out on a bounty, and then you can just follow after them. Kind of solves the issue of, like, the progression being terrible and hard to find people. Makes it a little more exciting because now you have a, like, quote-unquote, like, evil PvP progression, and now you have, like, a heroic PvP progression. I don't know. It makes sense to me, but again, it was a quick little yap, but I felt that it needed to be said. Sometimes it seems the devs are a little out of touch. I don't know what they were thinking originally. I don't know what they're thinking sometimes. Again, you open Dev Corner and they're talking about like dialogue and like random fucking like character models, and then you go in the Cursed Gear Discord and Raguzer's talking about Vow of Iron 2.0. Hello? Did I wake up and I'm in fucking hell? This is my own personal nightmare? What the fuck are we talking about? I personally love Vow of Iron. Maybe I was blinded, right? I was biased because I thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever because I had a great time testing it. Nobody likes Vow of Iron. Raguzer, I'm sorry. Nobody liked it. It is going to be a Herculean feat to even convince people to go back to play it. In which case, nobody's going to fucking care because like it's meant to be a one and done game mode, and all of the effort you put into it would be better served in Pathfinder, which was the main complaint people had initially. That all of these bosses and all of these updates and all of these items should have just been in Pathfinder, and most of them ended up being in Pathfinder with the Lost Forge. Ultimately, it ended up just being like, well, these things are kind of useless. All this content we made is just sitting here. Let's put all these crafting items in the game. Like, oh, Lord almighty. Hopefully they lock in and they see the truth. And they just rewrite the game from the bottom up. Summer update. Just be like fucking every origin. I want the Authority origin refresh. Touch up Justicar. Rework the Diver origin. Give them their whole own thing. Rework Voidwalker, make that a little cooler. Give me the Summer Company origin. Give me the Hive origin. Just make Summer the origin update. And then, of course, you have Across the Boundary. And then you have 5v5. Bro, your game. Woo! Oh my god. It would be beautiful. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you disagree. Tell me if you're a fat chud. Tell me what you had for lunch. I had Chipotle and a Clapple, a Keystone Light apple. It's my one day off in a while, so I figured I'd treat myself. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys when I stream soon. Check me out on Twitch, Rudy V2, and I stream on both, bro. Who cares?